now I'm going to talk about Norman Lear. Norman Lear. Okay, well, usually everybody in Southern California runs away from home. At one time or another, you do. I ran away a lot. I was always running away. I had no reason to run away. Of course I didn't. I had a good... My childhood was good. I had no reason to run away. I was beautiful. I was talented. I had tons of friends. I had a healthy life. I was a surfer. I was a trained dancer. I could do anything. Anything I wanted to do was encouraged. But I still felt the need to run away now and then and not tell any of the grown-ups, my grandparents or my father or my mother, where the hell I was. And I just did. I ran away to LA. I was no more than 15. I don't know if I was 14 or 15, but I was no more than 15. I looked about 12, but I was 14 or 15. And I ran away to LA because that's where you ran away to. When you lived in San Diego, you ran away to LA. You live in LA, you ran away to San Diego. LA is really San Diego's, backlot and vice versa. You run away up there and then you end up... I'm a singer. I ended up meeting weird people up there. I met older guys. I met musicians. I'm going to get into all kinds of stories. But Norman Lear, okay? Now, we all know Norman Lear as all the programs that were brilliant, that we loved, that were hilarious, all through the 70s, All in the Family, Maude. I still watch a lot of them. I mean, they're fucking brilliant. The guy is a genius. Okay, he is. It's got nothing to do with who he is, privately. So, I met a band. I met some people. I was kind of briefly hanging around. And I saw some hard drugs being used. I wasn't used to that. I was used to grown-ups having drinks and smoking grass. And I saw grown-ups doing cocaine before, but I didn't know what a bent spoon was. And I did see this bent spoon, and I saw some needles, and I didn't like it. I didn't like what I saw. So an older girl that was hanging out, she was kind of groupie style, but she was way older than me. She must have been, I don't know. To me, she looked 20. I don't know how old she was. But she gave me a little card, and I had a little suitcase. And I said, I'm going along my way. I didn't know where I was going. And I was very adventurous. To say I was naive, I don't think I was that naive. Adventurous? Yes. Kind of fearless and adventurous? Absolutely, I was like that. I didn't grow up being afraid. I didn't grow up that you should be afraid of anything. I grew up to just go for it and do it and do whatever you want to do. And that I did. So she gave me a card. She said, go and I'll call you a taxi and go to this man because this man's going to take care of you, she said. I said, oh. I didn't even think about it. A cab rolled up. I got in it with my little suitcase and, some weird boots I had on, a little 60s miniskirt from the 1960s, a cute vintage miniskirt. I don't know. I was a nice girl, and I didn't do drugs. I didn't do anything like that. And I knew I was smart. I didn't know where I was going, so to me, it was an adventure. So when I get there, I was greeted by a valet guy, and then I was greeted by what was like a maitre d', who said that Norman is expecting you. Okay? So anyway, I go to Norman's house. Here I am. I go into Norman's house. I didn't know where I was. I did see things on the wall that led me to believe, yes, it must be a producer. He's got to be a producer. Okay, duh. That's easy. I watched enough movies, and I knew what was going on a little bit in that way. But what I saw before me is something that I want to talk about because it's still frightening. It still makes me cry. And I remember telling Ace about it and him wanting me not to talk about it ever. He said, Norman Lear's fucking huge. And he got pictures and he said, is this on his computer? Is this Norman Lear, the one you're talking about? I said, yeah, that's him. That is him. The stupid hat, the face, the wife in the 80s. Yeah, that's him. Or I don't know if it was his wife or his fiance. And Ace said, I don't want you fucking talking. This guy's too fucking huge. You don't know what you're messing with. I don't want you to say anything about him. Ever. Don't ever tell anyone. You want to cry about it, cry to me. Well, like I said, I wasn't brought up to be silenced or to shut up, especially if you're smart. So, here I am talking about it in a trailer in the desert, starving, mind you, but talking about it nevertheless. So what I walked in and saw was terrifying. I walked in, and there was a living room area, and in that living room area, there must have been there was more than there was like 8 to 10 girls that were very young, and I would say that they were like 11 to my age, 11 to maybe 15 years old or something like that. They had kimonos on, no clothes, it looked like, under the kimonos, but they all had kimonos on. They had black circles around their eyes. Now, they were all Hispanic. Some of them spoke English, but most of them didn't. And they were doing coke, and they were drinking. They were having what I thought was grown-up drinks, rum and coke. I didn't drink, and that's what my dad drank, and my mom, and I was just like, yuck. They were having rum and coke, and sorry, my phone went out. They were having rum and coke, and they were leaning over, and they were doing cocaine off of a coffee table. And just then this woman comes in, and I guess it was Norman's wife.